What do you think you have?
I've got over 20.
Wow. Five good ones, or you got a couple toads? And
I've got 2 that are between 5 and 6, and I've got 4 and a 3 and like a 2 3/4.
so you can still cull up then pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
This place here is going to be fished a lot today. I mean, but
Right.
I've got to look a lot today too. I've got to go find some stuff.
You think these are released ones, or they've been here the whole time? Yeah.
So I fish moored up there, and they're just pulling out.
Yep.
Obviously, some release fish get here.
Right. You've been starting here and limiting all 3 days?
This is the fastest I've ever caught them.
Yeah.
The last 2 days, I haven't even had a limit till 10:30, 10.
Right. As you can see, we just caught up with Brandon Hunter. He lives here. He just lives right up the road, actually. He's a guide on the lake. He's out here all the time. Nobody knows what these fish are doing probably this week more than him. He's seen how they progress the last few years. It's definitely to his advantage. He pulled out right outside the takeoff here. I mean, we were right outside of it, and has caught a couple great big ones, you know, between 5 and 6. He's got over 20 pounds already and is still catching fish. Had a little bit of a lull now, caught another one, but his last one before that was a great big one. He is in the premium position on day 3. He has a big limit early. He said he was getting limits, like you heard him say before, he was getting limits before around 10:30. Now it's 8:30, he's already got a really good limit. That really allows him to kind of free up. He can now gamble and go try to catch a big fish, and with his bottom fish being like a 3-pounder and a 2.5, he can still get substantial upgrades. He catches a 5-pounder, there's an extra 5 pounds. He's into the middle 20s and is probably going to be right there at the lead. The other thing it allows him to do on day 3, he can actually go out and look for fish and find those new schools. The ones that have been out here for a few days, I mean, those fish are beat up. Everybody knows where they're at. If he finds a new school today that he can run to first thing tomorrow, that gives him a huge leg up. Those fish are fresh. They're going to be catching them. Nobody else in the field is going to be at them. So that's a big advantage he has right now. He's fishing a swim bait. It's just a little high spot. He's slow rolling it down it. Like these Kentucky Lake fish, I mean, the big fish eat the shad. They really like those. The worms and the jigs, when it gets tough, if you slow drag those, you can get bites. But the guys that are really catching the big fish, they're going to those swim baits, the spoons, the crankbait, stuff that looks like a shad. Right outside the marina here where he's at, I asked him, and like he said, they're not really release fish. He's catching great big fish. They're just pulling out of here the spawners, but there's also some release fish that are going to come out here. It's a place that could replenish. He's probably not going to stay here all day though. Tons of boats pouring out. It's getting mid-morning. Everybody's coming out skiing and fishing, so it's going to get pretty rough. This is kind of his window of opportunity here, but really a savvy move by a guy that lives here, knowing that, hey, I can run 20 yards away from where I'm starting, catch a big limit, and now he's on the attack for the rest of the day. He's got another one here. He's, well, when it rains, it pours. Another one that's going to help. He's working that swim bait. You can see it. Oh, man. Boy. I mean, he's got him nailed right here. I was just talking to him, and he was kind of debating. He's catching him so good here, but he wants to try other things. Maybe he can catch him better elsewhere. But, man, I mean, he is full-on whacking him right now. That's a good fish. And when you go back there, and now you got to start looking to see if that's going to even help much. It's a good morning. Yeah, this fish looks so big, he's catching them so well, and then he pulls out his smallest one. His smallest one's pretty big too. It starts to get to the point where you double check the one you're throwing back, make sure it's the right one. I mean, he has a box full of big ones. It's getting to the point now where he's going to have a little trouble upgrading just because his bottom fish. I'm thinking now he's close to 4 pounds. The smallest one is hard to go much smaller, or get, you know, a 6-pounder only gives you 2 pounds. That's what's known as a good problem to have right there. Right now it's just 9 o'clock right now, so I mean the day is so young. He has the whole day now to go for broke and try to catch a huge bag, throw a huge swim bait or something, try to get an upper 20s bag and just get some breathing room tomorrow, try to get into the lead by a few pounds. Or like I said before, he can go run everything on the lake and look for a new school. I mean, he is in the perfect position today.